I know a lot of you are dealing with people in your life who have BPD, and I want to talk with you for a little bit. Now, I've done previous videos on ways to support people with BPD, ways to validate them. You can find those in my feed. I'm wearing a green kimono, hair's up in a bun. But I want to talk about why this works the way it does and just encourage you to have compassion with boundaries. So people with BPD weren't taught, they weren't raised generally in a loving, nurturing environment. Now, there are exceptions, but most of the time, BPD comes from trauma of some sort. And so that's not a loving, compassionate, supportive, nurturing environment. These kids, they were at the time generally, are taught that they deserve pain. They're taught that they're unworthy. They're taught that they are objects for other people's desire and pleasure. So you're dealing with someone who did not ask for this, but this is their normal. Now, I know if you're in a relationship with them, you didn't ask for drama and intensity and the things that you're getting. I know that. And you don't have to stay. You have the option to leave. If you want to stay, it's really important for you to remember normal is what you know. So these people came up in an environment that taught them these ugly negative messages. When you are in an interaction with them, you're going to be tested because their brain is looking for safety, but all it sees is a lack of safety because that's all they knew. Again, didn't have nurturing, compassion, love, support, all of those things that we want for children. So they're going to be testing you, right? Now you get to decide if you want to try to pass the test or not, but you have to be patient. So you can be supportive. You can reassure. There's a lot of reassurance. When someone is splitting on you, you can say, you know what? Let's step away. Let's take a break. Let's come back to this. You can remind them of that you're there for them and that you are a constant and that you're not going anywhere. There are lots of strategies and skills that you can implement. Again, I've talked about those in other videos. But just remember, these people in this relationship with you have a distorted idea of what's normal. Their brain is trying to protect them and keep them safe. So they're going to test the environment. They're going to test the waters. They're going to test the limits, just like a child. Again, a lot of people who are traumatized are stuck at that age of trauma. So you want to be supportive. If they are rude or disrespectful or downright ugly, aggressive, abusive, obviously you don't have to stick around for that. And if you do want to stick around, you get to set boundaries. You can say, it's not fair to be treated that way. I don't like it when you speak to me that way. I would love to talk with you about this, but we need to calm down first. There are lots of different ways that you can set your boundaries. But just remember, you're dealing with someone who has a very distorted idea of what's normal, and they're trying really hard to attain a new normal with you. But it's going to be a challenge, and there are certain things that you can do and certain things that you should not do. So if you're seeing someone or you're with someone or you love someone who has BPD, get help and support. Again, go check out those videos. I'm in a green kimono, hair's up in a bun, talking about support in one video, validation in another. And then if you have questions, drop those in the comments for me and I'll do my best to answer them.